Hey, it's your boy Sergeant Hooked on Heroes. We are talking about episode 8 of Kamen Geats. I'm recording this on Sunday when I just got to watch the episode for the first time. Um, wow. I've been thoroughly impressed so far with Geats, but this was a pretty fantastic episode. So again, we're dealing with the fallout from last episode, where, if you don't remember last week, and spoilers going into this, of course, but Kawa was able to, was kind of tricked by Ace and got really badly hurt just so Ace could get the ninja buckle to try and defeat the final boss. Didn't work. So he starts up this one, of course, this video diary thing, talking about the DGP again, and showing that he's really injured also. And he wants to continue, though. He doesn't want to stop, he just wants to keep going. Even Sumori tells him, like, are you sure in your condition this really isn't probably the safest? I don't care. Because he gets a call directly after the video chat. The camera thing, the diary, from his sister. His sister's in trouble. Huge trouble. She's getting attacked by the Jamato. And so they start the round, he goes to save her, of course, and when he's there, right before he transforms, she goes out to, like, grab him, and she kind of trips, and she runs her hand across the driver, his Desire driver, and touches the ID core. Not only did she get memories of some of the DGP somehow, but also unlocked memories of what happened to their parents. Come to find out, the reason their parents died was not an accident. The reason their parents died was because they were victims of the Jamato in a previous DGP. And they clearly have forgotten after it's happened, you know, because that's why, if you're not a writer, it just erases everybody's memory anyway. So, yeah, so that happened. Holy cow. And she tells Kawa, and Kawa starts to remember too. And she's like, it was them, it was those monsters. And he says, the Jamato? She goes, yeah, it was them. That they're the ones that killed Mom and Dad. You have to stop them. And so he gets her kind of to safety, and actually she gets actually getting taken by the Jamato at one point. And him and the rest of the team, or the rest of the, you know, riders, so Buffa and Nago and Geats, are still there trying to fight or whatever. And a few different times here and there, they kind of have some back and forth or whatever, and I think at one point they do take a small break back at the base. And I do really like the other, like, NPC guy that is like you know, has like the safe area that they can rest at in between rounds and everything. I like him because I feel like he knows more than he's letting on. He seems to be rather, like, surprised and perturbed by what's going on and how Kawa is doing things, and also how what Ace is doing is really starting to, like, you kind of see him in the background, like, kind of like, are you kidding? Are you sure? So I like that, and I hope there's more revealed about him. I don't know if he needs to be a writer, but it'll be interesting to see what his role is going forward. We get back into it, them trying to fight the boss and everything, and they have a plan where they're going to kind of sort of work together, because Kawa asked them, he's like, well, I think the only way to do it, to save my sister and all these people, is for us to kind of sort of work together. I don't really care who wins, but the more important thing is keeping the people safe. And at first, but of course, Buff was like, I don't want to help, meh. You know, and then Nago says something along the lines of, I want to be able to, you know, I want to be the one that wins, and don't know if I want to help you if it means I won't win. So they're all kind of being dicks, and he helps them kind of realize that, you know, sure, you might all want to win, but, like, it is also important to keep these people safe. And so they eventually, like, begrudgingly start helping him. Everybody transforms, they're doing their thing. Ace is about to use the ninja buckle, goes to use getting over a cold, I apologize. Goes to use it, and it, like, it's not compatible, and it flies off just like Boost does. But this time it gets to Tycoon, and we finally get Tycoon Ninja. And it's a beautiful form. I think it looks really great. I think the ninja form looks great on him with his suit, you know, with his helmet and everything. It complements the colors very well. And it's cool because the monster tries to attack him with, like, this, like, fire-based attack, and he just, like, jutsus into, like, a substitute little, like, block of wood and teleports away. And there's this really super awesome, exciting sequence where he's running through this building and trying to help some of the people and get his sister out of there. And he is like, doo, 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 like, keeps, like, teleporting between the different rooms as the monster's trying to attack him, even sometimes substituting so it'll attack that and not him. It's really cool. It's a really cool effect. I'm really excited that they've finally given him his time to shine. So he's going through there and everything, and he eventually, because he still has Boost, combines that with this. So now we have Tycoon Ninja Boost, and uses that to kind of kick the shit out of the monster a little bit, knock the tower to let all the people out, because that's what's fueling the energy drink that it drinks to get bigger. And it's huge right now anyway. And he's able to rider kick it, and let all the people out, and the other riders help save the people. And then they work together, Nago scoring the final kick on knocking the can out of the area and depowering the monster, ending the round. It's not made clear who wins the round, but yeah. So we see Tycoon Ninja Boost like kick some ass. KO really gets some awesome moments here, and I love that like the one moment when he finally gets Ninja, it attached to him like with a bunch of fire on him, like he's almost about to die, and it's like a last ditch effort type of thing. And in it we get this cool voiceover from from Ace saying the crux of a shinobi is to go forward with any plan, even if that means sacrificing oneself. Because that's how shinobis were. Like, if they weren't successful, they knew that it was possible they might not be successful. They would like set up some elaborate plan to try to be as successful as possible, and even if it ended up like taking themselves out, they don't want to give someone else the glory of taking their life. And so and it just harkens back to the little like snippets we've gotten here and there that growing up, Keiwa was like obsessed with ninjas and stuff and always wanted to be a ninja. And his sister recently gave him a little like origami papercraft star, shinobi like shuriken little thing. So anyway, they all work together, end the round, and Keiwa comes back down to Earth, of course, and untransforms everybody else. Nago thinks that she's the one that won the round. Buffer thinks he is. Ace is like, you didn't even touch the can. And so it doesn't make it clear who is, but he gets back to his sister, and she's like, thank you. He's like, of course, I just did everything I could to save you. He's like, I don't really care how I did as long as I was able to save you. And Ace is like, he's like, here, Ace, you need this. Here, take this back. He's like, I only needed it to help my sister. And he's like, that really wasn't the buckle. He's like, it was your undying spirit, your undying love, your heart that pushed you through to get what you wanted, which was to save your sister. So he does have the buckle. He has the ninja buckle. Ace does now. And Keiwa gets retired. He doesn't get killed. His Rider Corps is not destroyed, but he gets retired. So he's out of it, because we get a rule just after this, right before the credits and everything for the end of the episode, showing that if a rider is too injured or sick to continue, they are then retired. Which means that they are clearly their memory wiped of the DGP and blah blah blah. I wonder what it's going to mean for his sister, especially because the whole thing is not over just yet. It seems to be that some form of this monster is showing up next week, because we get the monster buckle being debuted, and I want to say Punk Jack is coming back, and that's his buckle as well. So I have a couple different theories here. I think that well, before I get to that, let me just give like my overall thoughts. So I thought the episode was very well directed. I thought the action was amazing. The fight choreography was amazing. Seeing Tycoon get in there and kick ass with the ninja buckle was awesome. Ninja Boost Tycoon is beautiful, and I want to see it so many more times. And I really enjoy Keiwa. He's probably my favorite right now. I do enjoy Ace, but I want to know more about Ace to continue enjoying Ace. Yeah, and I think that dialogue was great, story was awesome, and overall was a really exciting end to this little 2-episode-ish arc. So my theory going forward is I think that he clearly is going to return, because there's already been scans of like stuff and like revealed, catalog items talking about Tycoon Command and a bunch of other Tycoon stuff. So somebody's going to return. I don't know if that means someone wins and changes the rules of the DGP so that he can come back, or if Sarah's going to find his phone with the whole diary thing on it, show that to him. That's going to bring him up to speed, and then he'll come back and do it because of that. I don't know how, and because they haven't said you can't get your rider credentials back. It's just that she said you've lost your rider credentials from, you've lost your rider credentials, but they never said you can't get your credentials back. So maybe if he's got his memory back and he threatens to like expose them to the world, then they'll give him his credentials back to get back into it. So yeah, it's really interesting how they're going to pull this off. I wonder also if there's going to be more with his sister Sarah, if there's going to be more with her because she touched his driver and got those memories of their parents and everything. If like that means she'll maybe be chosen to be a rider at some point. It's a really interesting setup for things. I think it was cool to have Keiwa have this like last ditch effort final stand against the monster, and I like that he kind of went out like a badass, very very Ichigo like, and I like that a lot. Very much so, willing to put myself in a line of danger if it means keeping someone else safe, and I love that. It's right at the heart of Rider, and I love that. And I love that even in a series like Geats, which is supposed to be focused on like everybody's out for themselves, it's battle royale, it's I want to win, I want my wish, blah blah blah, he's still willing to separate himself out from his wish and help people and have that be mainly what he does. I think that's really awesome. So overall, a really fantastic episode. Honestly, I probably would give it. I'm not gonna give it a fully perfect score, but I'd probably give it somewhere around a 9-ish out of 10, maybe 9.5-ish out of 10. Again, mainly because of how like amazing the action was, the pacing was great, dialogue was great, never felt slowed down for any reason, unnecessarily. I think that the characters are well written in this episode. I think the fight choreography, the effects, the fights were all really good. The revelations we got about different things and different, narrative events that took place were awesome. And I'm interested in seeing where it's going. I really am. This is probably the most I've been glued to my seat for a Rider season in a while. And I had a good, decent time with Revice, but there was even episodes of that where I'm like, and kind of like, not paid as much attention, but still was able to remember what happened type of situation, where with this, it's like, if you guys didn't know, we did just recently on the Henshins and Homies podcast had our first double guest. So that was Bro Kusatsu, who does toy photography and a few other things, and also Zio Agito, who does reviews and skits and a bunch of stuff. Really awesome guys. They were on there. We were just loving and gushing about Avatar Sentai Down Brothers, what we think about it so far, favorite characters, things like that, and also the future of Sentai and what they're going to be able to do. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of good jokes, a lot of good gags, especially the Sononi simp drinking. Really, really good stuff there. If you want to check that out, it is archived on the YouTube channel for Henshins and Homies. We also are available as a normal podcast anywhere you can get a podcast: Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast, we're there. Next week we're going to have Vaughn on. I haven't fully decided the topic yet, but I think I might make it like maybe Halloween oriented, perhaps. Might even see if he has a costume or something to throw on, maybe Rider or Sentai related that he wants to throw on. Sorry about that. Just clear my throat. But yeah, so as far as content this week, there'll be the Don Brothers review for 34 coming out also, and along with this, clearly episode 8 Geats review. I also am needing to get out my review for the Super Complete Selection Animation D-Arc from Digimon Tamers that I just recently got. I just did a whole review on it, kind of showing off what it can do, the effects, the sounds, and what it looks like and all that. So check that out once I have that uploaded, absolutely. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching, for sharing, commenting, subscribing, all that really good stuff. I really appreciate it so much. But until next time, stay hooked on the heroes. I will talk to you later. Bye, 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 bye.